Okay, so it's that time of the season to start going through our seeds so we can see what we need to get started. So what I'm going to do is go through these seeds. I've got some Post-its here, so I'm going to put my dates on them, and I've got a calendar so that I can see what my actual date is that I want to use. I want to do my starting all of my seeds on a Sunday. That's usually the best day for me to work. So I'm going to go to April. Our last average frost date in the area that we live in, which is 6A, is April 15th. So I needed to start going through some of my seeds, which they are a really complete mess, and see what I've got that can or should be started in a pot before the season. And actually I'm probably gonna have to get my glasses because I can't see. Let's see. I think this, oh no, here we go. Here's some carrots. These are all empty. Flowers. I've got a huge mess from last year since I had all of these seeds and I wasn't really able to plant anything. No idea what that is. Let's see, what do I have here? All right, this is all just packages, so I can throw this stuff in the trash. All right, so I've got a bunch of sunflowers here, which obviously those will go in the spring. Here I've got my seeds from my pie pumpkins that I roasted in the fall. Oh my gosh, what a mess. I don't even know what I've got here. Let's see. So I'm starting with my spring stuff here, puppy. I don't need your help. Thank you, though. All right, so my broccoli seed start indoors 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost. Okay, so that means if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that means February 26th. So now I lost my Post-its. Here we go. So all I'm gonna do is just, oh my gosh, if I have some space here. I'm just going to put my Post-it that says February 26th, and I'm just going to start putting the seeds that fall into that category there. My lettuce is better if you just direct sow it, so I'm going to put this back in here. Beets. Oh my gosh, I have so much stuff here, I don't know how to organize it. All right. Because I bought seeds at like 100 different times, and I have things left from last year because we couldn't get anything rolling. So, got my lettuce. So I've got, what I'm using here to organize these is, they're actually photo holders. It's just like a plastic box that has all these little things. And I've tried to organize them so that the different colors were different seasons. So like this green is typically my spring planting items. But then of course some things are too big for the container. You know how it goes. All right, let's see. All right, let me just see what other spring seeds I have in here. All right, this is my peas. And these should be, all right, so peas are best direct sown as well. And they should be early spring. So that's going to be, again, around, all right, so those will not be, those will be direct seeded. Let's do this. I also have another box here that I bought for organizing seeds. So maybe I'll move all my spring things into this box. Let's see. A lot of seeds for peas, so that's good. Since you need about a bajillion to be able to get anything worth eating. All right. All right, cilantro is a direct sow in the spring. And carrots are also best as a direct sow. All right, so my peppers, I need to start those indoors 8 to 10 weeks. So February 26th. So between February 12th and February 26th. And I'm going to go ahead and start my hot peppers a little earlier, I think. Tomatoes, we want to start 8 weeks. So that'll be the February 26th. Zucchini and cucumbers are good just to direct sow. Okay, so watermelon and cantaloupe you can start 4 to 6 weeks, or you can direct sow. So I'm going to say let's do some at 6 weeks, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we're looking at March 5th. All right, our corn. Have more corn somewhere. Here we go. Our corn is going to be direct sowed. Okay, so I have some, I don't have any rubber bands, but I have these envelopes that I bought, so I can put my groups of seeds that I want to start in here. And then I can put my little post-it right here. So there's February 12th. February 26th. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I actually end up putting my flower seeds in these green ones. So I don't have to start anything for a couple of weeks, but I do need to check and figure out what I still need to buy in terms of seeds. I do have some seed orders placed, or some plant orders, and I need to take a look and see what I've got coming. All right, so I've got some more blackberry bushes. I think this is my strawberries. Yes, got strawberries coming. And I'm using the Farmer's Almanac Garden Planner. It is an online tool. It's a minimal cost for license for the year, and it's really nice to use. Okay, what did I do wrong here? So I'm going to look and just make sure I have either seeds or plants here or ordered for what I've got planned in my garden. Oh, I was going to do some dry beans, and I don't remember what my thought was. All right, so I had dry beans on my list. I don't know what I was going to plant, so I'm going to make a note and put a question mark, because I don't know whether I was going to try and plant some black beans or I don't know. Pole beans, I have plenty. Beets, I think I just have one package, so I need some more beets. Broccoli, I've got 2 packages. Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cantaloupe, carrot, I've got plenty of that. Cauliflower, celery, corn, cucumbers. I'm going to try growing some gourds this year, so I'm going to go ahead and order some of those seeds. Oh, I spelled that totally wrong. There we go. I've got plenty of lettuce seed, onion, peas, peppers, potatoes. I will order or have ordered strawberries, tomatoes, watermelon, zucchini. Okay. So I think I know what I need to either order or check on. I might have some of this stuff already ordered, but I'll check on that. And then on February 12th, we'll go ahead and get our first set of seeds started. I bought a stand with lights for a grow station, so I can go ahead and get things started and have a good place for them. So I'll probably be opening that and setting it up in another week or so, and I'll bring you guys along with that so you can see what I've got and what it looks like. And then when we start planting these seeds and getting them going, then we will do that together as well. All right, so I know what I need, at least I think I do, and so I can get that ordered, and then I'll be ready for this planting season. I'm so excited. Once the holidays are over and it's January 2nd, in my mind it should be spring. I don't like the January, February, March cold weather. I'm anxious to get going on my garden and get to warmer weather. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's my opinion. So I'm going to go double check on these plants or these seeds that I don't have and see if I've got something ordered, and if not, I'm going to get them ordered, and I will talk to you guys in a little while. All right, so I'm going to try and put together my grow station today so I can start getting some of my seeds started. So we'll see how well this goes. I may have to get my husband's help. I don't know how complicated this is or how easy it is for one person to do. It shouldn't be too complicated, I wouldn't think. Because essentially it's just a metal shelving unit with the light and the little shelf covers. So let's see. And I put together a million of these type of shelves. So I should be able to do this part pretty easily. Alright, so got wheels in case I want to put it on wheels. I don't know yet. My goodness. Everything is strapped down like you're going to steal it. So before I start, I am going to take a quick look at the instructions, which I would normally probably not read, but so the first thing I'm going to do is put my legs together. Put the legs of my shelving together. So they come in 2 pieces. I'm just going to screw these pieces together. Alright, so my little support pieces are probably in this other box. Let's see if I can figure out how the best way to open it. This is all of my light pieces. So I think I'm missing something, because I should have some little clips. Well, this is going to be stinky if I don't have all my pieces, and I don't think that I do, because I should have some little clips that go around these legs that's going to hold these shelves up, and I don't see anything else in my box. This is only the lights. Oh, maybe they're in here. I don't think so, though. Well, that stinks, because now I can't go any farther. Alright, well, until I get some clips, which I don't know if I can buy them someplace, like Home Depot or someplace like that, I can't get any farther. Well, that's a bummer, because I'm going to start some seeds this weekend, and I wanted to get them on my grow shelves. Alright, well, I guess I'll be back when I can move on. Alright, I'm going to do some seed starting today. So, let's see what we've got here. I've got some onions. Oh, I've got a lot of onions. Some mint, some celery, and some peppers. So all last year I was saving toilet paper tubes, and so I'm going to try and make me some little pots here. So all I did was cut about a ½ inch up the bottom, and then, cut slits 4 around, and then just fold it like you would fold a box. So I'm just gonna get a bunch of these ready, and then I'll decide what I'm gonna start with. And I don't know if I have enough of these to do everything. I don't think that I do, and that's okay. I've got other things I can use, and we'll just figure out what we've got. So I've got a bunch of toilet paper tubes. I've got some plastic pots. I have some of those little discs that you get when you put water in them, they expand. I can't think what they're called, but I have some of those. And I have never had good luck starting seeds, so we'll see how this goes. I was able to find some some of the shelf clips. I ordered them off Amazon, so I was able to finish putting my shelves together. I have not put the lights on them yet. And then I'm leaving tomorrow night to go out of town, so I probably won't get them done and get the lights done until I get back. But the room that I've got these in is very warm, so it should be okay for a few days until I get back from my conference. And then I can get my husband to help me put the lights together if I can't figure it out. So the thing with the toilet paper tubes is that they are biodegradable, so you can just plant them whole thing in the garden, and this will, the cardboard will decompose, and then you'll have your plant there in the garden. So that's nice. You've got something that you've already, we all use these, so, oops. Unless you have something that you reuse every year, which I do have a few things. This saves you some money. All right, so I'm gonna finish putting a bunch of these together and I will be back. All right, I think I'm gonna start with my peppers. So I've got all these in one of these little aluminum pans here. All right, so I'm going to fill these trays up, or fill these toilet tubes up. So these say, so a 1/2 inch deep. So these are chocolate beauties. So I've never grown those before, so I'm gonna try some of those. Oh, these are so tiny. So I think I'm gonna put two in each pot, and then I'll thin them because they don't always all come up. And there are not very many seeds in these packets. All right, let's see. How am I going to figure out how to keep these straight? All right, so I'm just going to cover these up. And honestly, you guys, I really have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kind of reading the instructions on the packet and hoping that I'm doing everything right. Because like I said, I usually don't have luck, but I also am really bad. Like, I don't transplant them when they get too leggy. All right, so those are my chocolate peppers. And these are, put that there. These are just a regular red bell pepper, so sweet pepper. So I'm going to cover all these over. So I've got some of these peach little pellets here. That's what I was trying to think of. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of these in this. And I'm going to use these to start my celery. All right, the celery says sow 1/4 inch deep. All right, so I've got to water this stuff down first. Swelled up, they'll grow to about this tall, and then you can kind of fluff the soil that's inside the little covering, and then I can plant my seeds in there. those are fluffing up, I'm going to go ahead and water my chocolate peppers. I'm going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of this. I sprayed the tops, obviously, as you guys saw, but also I'm just going to put some water in the bottom so that they can start absorbing that all the way up in the bottom of the little tubes. And my little pellets here need more water. They've absorbed it all and they barely started to puff up. So need a little more water in these. And while that's puffing up, I'll go ahead and spray the tops of these red peppers. All right, while I'm waiting for those to kind of fluff up, I'm gonna move this. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill these little plug trays. And I'm going to start my onions in these. So I've got some red burgundy onions. I'm going to start with those. Doesn't say how deep to plant the seeds, but onion seeds are little, so I'm going to go with about 1/4 of an inch and we'll just see what happens. Now, I don't want to start too many seeds because I did order some starts as well. Gosh, I can't see if I've got a seed in there or not. So I'm going to go with that. So I better write this down or I'll forget. And I will mark these better before I'm done here, but. All right, and then I have some Texas Grano. Let's see what these say. These say large, mild flavored white onion. The Walla Walla long day variety grows up to 2 pounds. And the yellow sweet Spanish Utah says, it doesn't say anything. So, I am just going to plant a few of each. And this says, I think it says 2 to 3 in each little plug tray. So we'll either have a bajillion onions this year or we won't have very many at all. I guess we'll see. But if I have a lot of onions, I definitely know people I can give them to. And I really want to have enough to preserve some in the freezer. I want to have some just saved for fresh, and then of course I'll have some to use in different preservation dishes. I'm going to go ahead and water all of these. My little things are almost puffed up enough. They're almost puffed up enough for me to plant my celery. Oh, I guess I should cover these up first. So just want to make sure that I've covered up all of my seeds. Just going to firm it down a little bit before I water. Don't ask me if I'm doing this right. I honestly have no idea. I just want to wet the tops down first so I don't accidentally push all the soil off like I just did there. I don't know if I pushed my seeds out. Guess we'll see in a couple of weeks whether or not anything's coming up. The grow station that I bought, the room that I have it in is really warm, so even though I don't have the lights on it yet. It is very warm in that room, and we leave the shades open so that it'll get plenty of sunlight for the few days while I'm gone until I can get back and get the lights put together and hung up on those shelves. So now I have, what did I do? I have 16 of those little pellets that are fluffed up, and I'm just going to use my scissors and kind of fluff that open. And just fluff that little bit of soil up. And I started a bunch of seeds last year and they were doing really well, but we could never get our garden at a point where we could plant anything. It was a rough year, so. Ooh, these are teeny tiny. Let's see. 1/4 inch deep. Doesn't tell me how many, but as tiny as they are, it's going to be hard to not do a couple in each one at least. So I'm just going to try and sprinkle like 2 or 3 in each one. Or we can sow these, let's see. Okay, this only talks about starting them indoors, so if I want more, I guess I will have to start more. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this potting mix to cover those up. Just a little bit. Okay. So, right or wrong, I got some stuff started. I do need to mark this so I know which side is which, so I keep them straight. Let's see, how am I going to do that? All right, so I've got this little plastic knife that I'm going to set just on the left-hand side, and then I know that my onions, the list I have, goes this direction. All right, so I'm going to take my trays of starts into the other room where I have them on the, where I can put them on the tray or on the grow station, and then I'll show you what I've got in there. All right, so I feel like this is pretty light, like it needs more water. So I'm going to go ahead and just give it some more. I'm going to leave this in here so I've got it to spray down my plants. So here we go. This is what I've got to start with. All of my onions, my chocolate peppers, red peppers, celery. So we will see how this goes. All right, so I moved all of my seed starting supplies and shelf and everything up to my upstairs because we have the animals blocked out of our second floor. And I discovered that our cat had gotten into some of the pelleted starts and tore some of them up. So I'm gonna have to restart some of my celery and maybe some of my peppers. But so I moved everything up here. I've got some tables set up. I ordered some heat mats, and I guess didn't pay attention to the size because I thought I was getting like big ones, and they're just barely big enough for this one and for these two to sit on. But they'll be fine for now. I can order some more. And then I moved. All right, so in that super bright space right there, there's a little alcove cut out and there's a big window right there. So I moved my grow station there. I've got the seedling pots that I didn't have room for on these seed mats on those shelves sitting in the sun. And then I've wrapped some plastic around it to kind of create a greenhouse effect. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit up here on this second floor so that I can keep those warm. And then I will be starting some more seeds probably this weekend. I've think I've got like my broccoli and that sort of thing to get started. I may replant some of the things that I'm not sure if the cat tore up. My peppers, those toilet tubes, they were a good idea, but I didn't have the right size container to hold them, so I'm not sure what's happening with those, if I'm really getting anything out of them. I may restart some seeds in some different kind of pots or different kind of seed starting things, and just see how those go. I will probably go ahead and either buy or order some more heating mats for my seeds, for my seed starts here as well. And then I've got this like regular office size table and then a small little table over here beside it. I brought up my seeds and my potting mix and my markers and all that sort of thing. I've got them under this table for now. So this will be a little bit frustrating when it comes time to start hardening things off, because I'll have to carry them downstairs. I'll probably have to find a place downstairs that'll work when I get ready to start hardening these off. But for now, this protects them from my nosy cat and the nosy dog who thinks that they need to get into everything that we've got. All right, so there's my grow station. We've got our seeds started. I'm so excited. I've got a few things just barely starting to pop up. My onions, there's a few little teeny tiny seedlings poked up, so it makes me very happy to see those. I can't wait till it gets warm enough to get my seedlings and my other seeds and get everything outside in the garden and get it going. I just really have high hopes for this year's garden since we didn't have a good season last year. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You just need to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll get notified every week when my new videos come out. And otherwise, I just want to thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks, guys.